Hi, everybody. Good morning, grand rising, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Whoo, guys, it's Monday, right? Wow. Well, man, it has been busy, right? It's been busy for all of us. We've all been doing something, crafting, busy, work, doing something in the house, doing something at work with our children. It's just busy, 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 right? Well, that's no different from any of the rest of us. We have so much going on, right? Um, Today I'm going to try something just a little different, but it's nothing out of ordinary this time. But what it is they're already pre-made. So 10 minutes or so before the live, I was instructed by Shakina to make out X amount of piles with random cards that she picked. So I have 5 in front of me. I have 8 more right here, 5 in one stack, 3 in another. I have not seen or looked at none of them, not one of them. And they're going to tell me which one to grab. But these are the first 5 that I have right here. Now, I don't know which 5 you're going to, or which stack you're going to get. All I know is that the first 5 of you cards are already out. Everybody understands that when you're working and channeling or receiving direct messages, sometimes it's not easy to always catch every single word. So I think this is a little easier because I can just literally translate what I see. I don't have to worry about maybe doing all the extra shuffling, and I don't have a lot of hand control, and sometimes those decks do get hard on me to shuffle because I do a lot more with my hands all day long, from creating sigils or writing or drawing or whatever. Guys, my hands are always busy. So anyway, I already have eliminated shuffling for tonight or for today or this morning, wherever you're at. So I'm hopeful that this will go a little smoother for me, but it will also be just as personal and resonate with you just as much. So, um, I will go ahead and I will start by saying hello to Silver, Gypsy JJ, Miss Moonlight. Hello, beautifuls. I am so happy you guys are here because you know how it goes. You guys could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here, and that means everything to me, right? This morning, I was sitting outside talking to my birds like I do with my cup of coffee, and I was smoking my cigarette, and this gorgeous, beautiful crow that I know all too well came and sat on a branch just above me. And I like to write in what I call limericks or flowetry. Um, it doesn't always rhyme. A and B and or A and C doesn't always rhyme, but every once in a while it flows. It just kind of flows. It makes sense, right? In some way. I don't read them out loud. I just know that sometimes somewhere down the road when I don't know my kids or somebody picks them up, I hope they enjoy them. I hope they can understand them because sometimes they can get a little twisted, but I enjoy doing it. So my day has already just been yay busy. So you're definitely right. I'm constantly going, going, going. Hi, Ellen. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Cuzzo, I love you. Seashells. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So I already see some numbers up there, and you guys know I have backup this morning. I have Brother Thomas in the background helping me with comments. So you guys know I'm going to have to zone out from your comments for a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into the start, and let's get it going with who they choose first. Silver, Silver, you are up. They chose pile 3. Wow, wow. And I have no idea how many cards are in these either. I just did what they instructed me to do, guys. So here we go. I do see it though. I get it though. So where we're focusing at in your head is you got the beloved and the wild woman, right? So I don't want to separate them, but for a minute I was caught off guard, right? I I hear we hear things, right? We hear things with our ears. Sometimes our brain doesn't always understand what it is, right? And we have to allow to not maybe overreact, or sometimes we ask them, what did you say? I don't think I heard that correctly, or I didn't understand that correctly, right? Sometimes we miss that. But when you're in this energy in your mind, this wild woman energy, this is a very, very productive energy when it's paired with beloved, right? This is you not scared to kind of let your hair down, so to speak, and just be wild and run out in the grass bare feet or whatever. So if this is where your mind is at right now, and that is being your authentic, wild, beautiful stallion self, then that is a good place to be in your mind. And the understanding that you have within yourself of yourself, it's beautiful, right? You're comparing yourself to a rose. Come on now. That's that like I'm a lilies kind of girl and a stankin' Lincoln kind of girl, but that I think of me as a lily. There's all different types, right? And they come in all different colors and flavors and sizes. I don't know about flavors, but they definitely come in different sizes and colors, right? Just like a rose, right? They both smell sweet. So, considering yourself a rose in your mind, allowing the wild woman within to not be contained and sometimes run free, that's a beautiful place to be. In your heart, you got the holy mountain and winter's dream, right? So there's a period in your heart that you're realizing that there is breaks needed, right? And these aren't breaks like a 5 minute break or whatever. These are the kind of breaks that is a long winter's nap kind of speak, right? So when you speak of this in your heart, that means that you lay with this is part of your conscious, this is part of your soul, this is part of your heart, this is who you are. They paired it with the holy mountain. Now y'all understand that the word holy is a blessing, right? It's blessed. To me, if it's holy, it's been blessed, right? Whether it's been blessed by a clergyman, a priest, a Baptist, a pastor, a monk, whatever it is, whoever it is, the moon, the sun, I don't know, just somebody that you really trust, a witch, a goddess in your eyes, however you see that person, that person that you ask to bless the oil, the water, the drink, the wine, the food, whatever it is, whatever that place is that you go to, that mountain, that retreat, wherever it is, you have that much of it in your heart for how it is that you feel about this. So continue to sleep with whatever it is that you're getting very comfortable with, because it's meant for you. You need this period of time out so that you can take it all the way forward, right? And in order to do that forward, you have to digest it, you have to understand it, you have to kind of sleep with it. Like they say, you never know somebody until you live with them, because we're different behind closed doors, right? We don't expose the inner part of our heart to everybody. We get hurt every too often. So this is a good thing. It's a good place to be. So don't worry about it. Take time for your heart and let your heart have a time out. It's okay. You don't have to take it all in, because you've got a lot of room in there, and you keep it very sacred. So keep rolling with that. Now, when I asked what the hands was doing, I got the divine feminine and serendipity, right? So when I think about these two together, I'm thinking, well, okay, if the hands are doing this, this is divine work, right? So your head is in a good spot, your heart is in a really good spot, even at rest, and your hands are busy, right? So you don't have a lot of time for anything to keep you doing something negative. So you're constantly keeping your hands in a very positive spot, and there's nothing wrong with that. When I asked where your roots was at, I got community and reflection. Community and reflection is understanding that you're 2 feet and a heartbeat. I say it all the time. And you got reflection down there. So you understand when you get to a puddle, you look down and you look at yourself. You see your reflection. You watch where you walk. because you know that whatever impression you're leaving, you want it to be clear. You want it to be remembered, maybe even followed and traced if you get lost along the way. Hell, who knows? But that is a good place for your roots to be in. So always remember to reflect for yourself so that you can put your best foot forward, right? I asked if there was anything going on in the blind spot area, and I got a big fat no. I got positivity, and I got the fact that you're remembering that you don't have to really have any blind spots if you just remember to kind of look around. We're always going to have the subconscious ones and the unconscious ones, but consciously, all you got to do is literally look around and just handle it, no matter what it is, because you have the ability to do it with positivity. And that's your meta message for you, sweetheart. Woohoo! All right. Who did they want next? Gypsy JJ. All right, Gypsy JJ. Gypsy JJ. Gypsy JJ, they wanted number 1 for you. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I'm going to have to make some more room, guys. Give me 1 second here. I thought this thing through all the way, but apparently I didn't. Okay, so Gypsy JJ, in your head, you've got the hunter and overflow, overwhelm, and plenty, right? So there's something that is in the process of moving into a permanent position in your mind, but you have got to get rid of the overflow, right? Your hunter mind, your inquisitive mind, that healthy curiosity, it's craving something, right? You got the hunter, right? So it's craving something. It needs something different. It needs something new, or it just needs the hunt, the thrill, whatever. There's nothing wrong with having a healthy curiosity, right? But you have really got to make sure that you've got room for it. I'm an air sign, so sometimes I really have to just get out there and just soar and be the air, right? And a little of this, a little of that, blow over here, blow over here. Every time the wind blows, I'm somewhere else, right? I'm rambling, I'm roaming around, right? But I can't, right? I can't breathe. I feel stagnant if I'm in this kind of energy. So just remember that when you're doing this, don't pick up too much because you will collect a lot. So make sure that you're keeping yourself having room for the healthy curiosity. But just remember, don't collect too much stuff. What's meant for you, it will already be there, right? You just got to get there with it. It's already there in your future with you. So just hold tight and only take what you feel are your needs right now. Okay. So save room, save room, save room. In your heart, you got Netcaster and Dust Devil, right? So there's definitely, again, right here's something that goes with movement, right? You got the Dust Devil, which is about moving stuff around, and for this to be in your heart, you're already feeling it. Maybe it's starting to move right from your heart into your head, right? Maybe it started at your roots and it's finally reached your crown, right? So there's something that your heart definitely understands because it's netcasting at the same time, which is preparations for something that it knows. It can feel it, right? It knows it's coming. So it has to make room. So in order for you to need this so badly, I bet you as I keep going down, oh my God, like I said, they pre-made these cards. So this is just blowing my mind right now. But they need you to start, getting your broom out. We don't have to have a dirty house to want to sweep our floor, right? Because we're sweeping out energies. This is not your place. This is not your space. I set you free. I sweep you away from thee. Get it away from you. Take your broom and sweep. Girl, don't let that stuff creep in on you. No way. No how, no way. When I asked what your hands were doing, I got tick-tock in the smoky mirror, right? So this is sometimes including optical illusions, right? But it's in time, right? Tick tock can be a rhythm, right? When you listen to it, tick tock, tick tock, right? It can become a rhythm. It can become a movement, right? You can learn to bob your head to it. You could learn to tap your foot to it, snap your fingers to it. tap them, whatever, make a sound. You can put it to a heartbeat. You can put it to raindrops that are hitting metal or something that would reflect the sound, right? So there's something in the tick tock sound that your hands are moving to, right? And it's moving to it, even though it's a little bit blurry right now. We're not always meant to move to things rapidly. Sometimes we have to do it carefully, right? This isn't a cautious kind of thing or something you need to be wary of, because we all deal with the moon every single night, right? Right? No matter where your night is, no matter what the day and the time is for you right now versus my right now, in a few hours it'll be night and I'll be dealing with the moon energy, right? Well, while I'm dealing with the moon energy, you're going to have already probably passed through that energy. But it's that obstacle illusion, right? It's that curiosity. So continue to constantly make room, because your hands love the curiosity. Your heart is making room. Your mind is definitely making room. When I said what's going on with the roots, I see accumulation and blessings. What? You know them blessings is coming. We know when a tool or something is calling to us. We can feel it. We can hear it. But apparently your roots can feel the vibration. You must be so close to it that your roots are probably vibrating. There's something that is just seriously all about you right now, and it is making sure it can go into the future with you, because it's making room for itself. It is not coming to play. And when I ask what it was about, what was the blind spot within it, and it's evolving. So you will be evolving with this. You will be growing. And yeah, there might be some blind spots, because metamorphosis and transformation, change, they all take us evolving and becoming something different that we didn't know we were capable of X amount of time ago, right? Or days ago, sometimes even minutes and seconds ago. And that's your meta message, babe. All right. I am now being drawn to joyful, 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 joyful. They picked number 5 for you. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay. All right. So, hi, Joyful. How are you doing, sweetheart? So, Joyful, what I got for you is I got Watchers and I got Dragon Horde, right? Well, it's that time, right? We got to call our dragons, right? We got to understand that this kind of powerful protection that you are manifesting in your mind for your future right now is the best time. Why? Because we're in the year of the dragon, and you just happen to personally know a dragon. Me, hey, that'd be me. So what I want you to understand is, on top of it, and I'm a Chinese twin, and there's all kinds of it. I mean, there's just a lot. I could tell you a lot. But this kind of protection and Watchers, this is the transpersonal kind of protection that you may need, or that may be calling to you, right? So because this is a future card, this is the possibilities of you knowing that whatever it is that's ahead of you is only for you. It's personal, right? That's the key word. So remember that in your mind as you're going through everything that is coming through your mind. Don't let it offend you. Don't let it stick around if it's not meant to, because you need to be able to understand that whatever it is, it's very personal and it's about protecting your future. So allow it to all come in so that you can figure out where it needs to be placed in your team, in your life, and in your circle, right? There's a message coming in from the ancient ones when I look at your heart, right? I see literally Ancient One and Dream Thief. Refusal of the call, right? So there's something that maybe you may be. I know a lot of people say the word coincidence, right? Me personally, I don't believe in a coincidence, because I believe in synchronicities, right? Sometimes we miss them. I mean, literally, I miss them. Literally, it'll be days later and I'll be like, well, I'll be a son of a bitch. I missed that damn thing. Now, I don't know when it's going to come back, but it's going to come back because it's meant for me. And what's meant for me will hit a million detours before it passes you by. It will never pass you by what's meant for you. You just have to be on the same frequency, right? So Maybe pay just a hair more attention to synchronicities the second you catch them. Go write it down. Doesn't matter how many days ago, minutes ago, hours ago that it was. All that matters is that you caught it. And then pay attention to your number. Are you a 3? Are you a 4? Are you a 5? When you see it that many times, that is definitely a clear sign that there is something definitely trying to get your attention. You have to do just as much work as they do, if not just a hair more, right? So make sure to take this kind of personal, because it's meant for you, sweetheart. That's what was going on in your hands, and I got posed and ambiguity. Here you go. There's your word. Ambiguity. These are woo ambiguity. Nope. I'm done trying to say it. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So what it is, it's a process of being within, right? It's the process that, not being, begins within. You have to let go of uncertainties and make an effort to live individually within yourself. Think about your heart's desires and your mind's next step, and then fulfill it, right? And that's paired with posed, right? Poised, posed, either way. Your hands are in a very good place, right? They're in a place of understanding that there is maybe weathers or wrinkles. Like my hands, they're really wrinkled. I don't know if you guys can catch it on camera, but I got a lot of freckles. Right now my nails are short, but they're weathered. They've done a lot. Done a lot. So I get the posed. I get that kind of energy, right? Sometimes you have to see it as being skillful and poised, right? And you have to see it in a way that composure crafted these hands, whether they're writing that came from the head and the heart. It all goes together. It's part of the biome, but that's for another story. But your hands are crafted. They're poised. They're elegant, no matter what they look like. So keep doing exactly what you're doing and keep letting the A word lead you and guide you, because even if it is uncertainties, your hands will know, and they'll make sure they let the rest of you know, and you won't have to worry about it because it won't go into the future with you. In your feet, in your roots, I got fulfillment and the never ending story. When I tell you, I know you don't know me personally outside of here, but what I can tell you is this is the best card in the whole wide world to me. The never ending story, right? Oh my God, that's us. We are a part of the never ending story. Those are the truest words I've ever heard in a movie that end a perfect movie, right? I'm a 70s kid. I was born in the 70s. I grew up with this movie. This was my life. To this day, if it's coming on TV, I stop what I'm doing so I can watch the never ending story, right? I dream of Atreyu and Falcor. I need a luck dragon. You are so fulfilled within your roots, and you understand because it's a never ending story. Everything is always changing. Your roots can always spread and grow. That's the best part of roots. Enjoy and keep going. And that's the meta message I got for you. All right. Okay, I gotta remember to unstar you guys. I am so sorry. I've got confused now. Where am I at? Oh my goodness. Where are the first 5 at? Flower. Flower, you were number 4. Okay. Flower beauty. You got in your crown, in your head, you got galactic mushrooms and Pachamama, right? I feel like you've gotten her before, right? You recognize her energy, whether you believe in her, have faith in her, pray to her, use her as God, use her guidance, her wisdom, her knowledge. Maybe you have a totem or a stone or something, maybe a drawing or something. I don't know. But for some reason, I feel like she's come up for you several times. So maybe she is a guide for you, or a teacher, or a metaphor, or there's just something about her that you need to know. But there's something that will fulfill something about your matrix and her, or at least she'll start you down a road that will lead you to something. So for her to be here, absolutely respect that. Take advantage of that. Meditate on that. Write on it. I don't know. There's something about that. In your heart, you got sorcerer and jeweled web, right? That's connectivity. That is you building a spider web every single day because you need to keep certain things safe, including yourself, right? And you know this, the sorcerer in you, the powerful goddess, it within you, the abilities that you have within your heart, the way you can love so powerfully and passionately, and knowing what you can do with elements and the blending of all of them. I could only imagine, right? So if you put your warrior paint on, like she's got her warrior paint on, and she's ready to go to war with the bad energy that keeps coming at her, you do it in full power. And in your heart, that is a blessing, right? That is confidence. That is courage. And there's nothing wrong with that. In your hands, I see mending and patience, right? Mending. So my mind goes to two different places when I think of mending, right? I think of mending fences and bridges. Could it be that? Especially paired with patience? But I don't want to think that, right? It's not that it's not worthy. It just seems like sometimes we carry other people's weight, and that's not where we need other people's weight at. And what I think I see is crafting, right? If you see what I see, they're crafting something, right? They're mending something. Something in their banner that they created needed to be refixed. Not the person itself, right? Not the bridge itself, right? It's the actual tying, crafting, knotting, mending, right? This is something that you're going to do with your hands, right? So even if you're putting together a birthday surprise and you're building an arch with balloons, I don't know why I'm getting this example, but just go with me, right? Don't give up. I don't care how many oops, bumps, falls, collapse, and how many times you pop a million balloons. I hope it's not a million. Don't give up. You will create that arch, that crocheted blanket, that knitted whatever, the rings of paper that you glue and knit together to make something, a banister. I don't know, whatever it is that you're going to mend with your hands. Flaws and all, everybody loves imperfect because we are imperfect. Your hands look really good. And your feet, I got higher. I'm sorry. I keep wanting to say feet, and they're correcting me. And your roots, I got higher power and celestial. Like, what? Really? Beautiful. So I have the ability to understand when these two cards fall together. I think you were born divinely protected by something, right? This is your roots. And I have a feeling that it is even maybe on the side of Nyx. She's a night goddess, right? She's also the goddess of the heavens. Nyx is something that a lot of people don't pay attention to. But when these two show up, I get her energy, right? I get that kind of anointment in my feet, that my feet get tingly, and I'm like, oh yeah, they were divinely born. Everything about your birth, everything about your roots, there's a reason for all of it. Do a little investigating. But your roots are highly blessed, and there's something very special about them. So dive into that. That could be what you're going to be doing with your hands. I don't know, but it does feel good. And that's your message. Seashells. Seashells. Seashells, they chose number 2 for you. Okay. Well, this is definitely a different stack. Okay, so there's a journey ahead of you, right? And it involves transmuting pain. You got the fool's embrace paired with grace, generosity, a benefactor, right? There's something about pain, and I can tell you there's a lot of it. There's a lot of emotional, spiritual, physical, it's all kinds of pain, right? But emotional is probably sometimes the worst, right? The physical pain, although very real, unless you lose something or you have something added to your body and you have the phantom pains, it's usually that emotional pain, right? That emotional pain makes us go to places that only we can take ourselves to. But there's something about once you hit the bottom of that box, right? You get to the bottom of that box and you know for a fact that all you have to do is transmute it. You got to turn it into something else, right? You have to stop it. Your mind, your crown, keep it up straight and keep stopping it and keep transmuting it and turn that pain into something that you can use. You're in a beautiful place in your crown and in your mind. So continue stopping the pain from using you is the best place your mind can be at. It is a huge benefactor. So keep doing it. You're doing it with grace. And that is a beautiful thing. In your heart, the counsel has come to remind you that you are safe. Your heart is in a very good place. You are healing. Allow the heal to happen. Take your time. Go through every single emotion that goes with healing, no matter what it is that you're healing. Take the time to do it. I asked what was going on in your hands, and I got here and now, right? So this makes me think that there's something that you are okay with, or you're learning to be okay with, and you have to deal with it right now. Whether it's writing it out, drawing it out, crafting it out, driving it out, cutting it out, whatever it takes, do it. Cook it, whatever it is. Burn it up. Make some tree designs. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's here, it's now, and your hands are ready. So go ahead and start whatever it is. When I asked what was going on in your roots, I got cultivate and thinker, right? So something in your roots is needing to be maybe adjusted. You know, it's sometimes we got to kind of clean our roots out a little bit, right? Sometimes they get a little overgrown. Sometimes we got to pull the weeds and shit out of our roots, right? So it's time to literally clean out the roots a little bit. It's part of our subconscious work. It's part of our unconscious work. It's not comfortable, but it's also not as painful as you think it is. So make sure that you keep those roots clean because they are ultimately what we keep and need to stay healthy and keep everything else going as smoothly as it does. And that's the message I got for you, sweetie. Woo! Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. So that was the first 5. Oh, I had to grab the other 5. Okay, so, ooh, let's see. Let's see. You guys, 114 comments. Oh my gosh, let me see. I'm not even gonna try to go back, y'all. I'm not even gonna try to go back. I'm just gonna briefly, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. To everybody that is here, JR, hello, Miss Moonlight. Everybody that I did not say hello to, or maybe I've already spoke to you. Good morning. Good morning. Blessings. Blessings. Holy cow. Thank you for the beautiful comments. I think I just saw Mousy. There's Aaron. Hi. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Mwah. All right. Okay. So I'm going to keep on rocking these while these guys are here because, you know, it's busy and they can bounce on me any second. So they are leading me to Miss Moonlight. Miss Moonlight. Miss Moonlight, you are up. Woo. Hmm. Well, I would have never thought that. Okay. All right. So in your head, you got you got luminous warrior paired with contract, right? So there's something in a contract, right? It's like putting us in a box. It's no, it's like sometimes it's not always comfortable. Sometimes when the contract is just in your head, though, it's easy to get rid of, right? We don't have to worry about it, right? Because they paired that with warrior, luminous warrior. What I feel it's trying to say is that you value something that's sacred, right? So I don't see it so much as like a contract that like you signed your life away, right? It's more like this is very sacred to you. This is something that possibly could literally change your life for the best, right? Because they paired it with warrior in your crown and in your mind. This is an energy that's healing, right? This is an energy that knows it stands for something now, right? It believes in something. It has faith beyond sight, beyond breath, even, right? A warrior believes in something to their soul. This belief is something that is very powerful, but it is also because in your heart you have ancestral wisdom and you have lightning. So these kind of pair together that your heart would be full of lightning and that kind of love, that kind of power that you can love that hard. And it's like you also know that that kind of love, when it's not received anymore by somebody feels that, right? They feel that, right? They feel that lash when something would come after something that you love, that mama bear, that protection. You just, I can only imagine that your strike in your heart for something that you love is incredibly powerful. And because that fire that's within your heart comes with ancestral knowledge and wisdom, it's something that you have learned to rely on, that protective love, that hardcore unconditional love. It doesn't matter what you do, I'll protect you to the end. And when you're wrong, I'll talk to you about it. Nobody else is going to know, right? Until they cross you, until they wrong you or somebody that you love. So remember to not use it as a weapon against yourself. And it doesn't look like you do, but it's in your heart. So just be cautious of the power that you carry. And just make sure that you remember that that kind of power paired with warrior and something that you keep sacred is definitely because you have your ancestors' wisdom backing you up. In your hands, you got clarity and fork in the road, right? So I thought about this and I'm like, well, what is they really saying, right? How are we pairing these together? Because here we go with these conundrums again. Here we go, right? So there's something you're very clear about, right? Even when it comes to when you literally don't have control or a choice, but you have to make a choice, right? Life forces us into making choices sometimes. And sometimes we don't have to like either choice, but we got to make one of them, right? Because even not making a choice ultimately is option C, and we made a choice. But is that going to count against us, right? Because we didn't stand for what we believed in the first time, right? We chose to be quiet, we chose to be silent. Doesn't mean we're choosing to fight. It just also shows them that I have my own mind. I have my own choice. I'll tell it to you, but I don't have to defend it or prove it to you. Right. So you have that kind of clarity. So even with it paired with forks in the road, this is the kind of person, and you understand this kind of person because you are one with this kind of person, right? Because you understand that they can hit you with a left shot, they can hit you with a blind spot, and you're going to be okay with it. You know that whatever choice you make and whatever choice you choose, it's the right choice just for you. So continue to let your hands kind of like, remember those old commercials, or I don't know, maybe you don't, but it used to say, let your fingers do the walking. I think it was like a Southwestern Bell or a phone book. Let your fingers. I don't know. I don't remember anymore, but I remember let your fingers do the walking. So let that continue to keep clarifying where you're going with them hands. And that's what was going on in your roots. And I got there's no place like home paired with deficiency in reverse. So I'm like, well, it actually kind of makes sense, right? Deficiency, when I read it, right? So I'm going to read it for you, right? As you reflect on your past, remember that everyone has experiences, highs and lows. Comparisons may only add to the feeling of deficiency within yourself. You got to remember to let go. So this is like it's a reminder, but then it was in reverse. So I'm like, well, what are you trying to say when there's no place like home? So then it made sense, right? It was like it just kind of clicked. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. This is one of your boundaries, right? Deficiency in reverse. This is in your boundaries. This is in your roots. You don't allow this to even soak into your roots. So therefore your mind doesn't have to worry about it. You don't allow deficiency to come in to your roots. I think that is a beautiful place because with it being paired this powerfully together for your roots is a statement. That's like having a fortified foundation on top of the most gorgeous exposed roots because you don't have to worry about nobody affecting those roots, even when they're fully exposed on the outside. They're not protected down in the earth anymore. They're exposed. The whole world to see them because you don't have to worry about it because those are the boundaries that you have. And that's a beautiful place to be. I didn't see any blind spots either. So that's your meta message I got for you, Miss Moonlight. Much love, sweetheart. Woo-wee, bee. All right. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? Ooh, we got here. We got Ellen. We got Ellen. Okay. Ellen. Hmm. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, this is actually kind of beautiful, really. So, in your crown, in your mind, where you're at is right now, you're using the power that you have correctly, right? You're using your crown games the right way, right? We're human, right? Of course, we play tit for tat. We've done it our whole lives. Hell, some of us helped write the damn book. I know I got a few chapters in there, but they paired it with seer, right? So, this is a powerful mind. Use it at all times. Never, ever allow anybody to make you feel like your crown is not exactly where it's supposed to be, even if we wearing it a little bit on the side today because that's the fashion for our feelings, for our mood. It's not unstraight. I put it that way. I need to receive from this side. I need to receive from this side. The only thing you don't have to worry about is ever seeing my crown hit the ground. Wherever my crown needs to be, it's exactly where it needs to be. The future use, the best use, the higher use have imprinted this on you. That's how you know this. You don't always have to have it right there for the world to see. A true crown is seen within. It's always with you. It shows in your heart. It shows in your head. It shows in your hands. It shows wherever it needs to be seen. And that's a good place. In your heart, I got the power of community, gathering around, and completion, right? So in your heart, you have begun to close doors on things that you know you really, really like, and they're going forward. They're packed in a suitcase and they're ready to go at all times. Or, hey, I ain't sure yet. Nah, but I ain't ready for you yet. That is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with your life being in order, right? My room may look a little lived in at all times because I live in my room all the time, right? When I want to be in my room, of course, or the living room or the kitchen. Every room is lived in. It's very clean, but it's lived in, right? And everything in its place. That's how I like my life. But parts of me are like that too, right? And I honor that. So for that to be in your heart, that means you honor that too, right? And you gather and you hold what you need, where you need, and you use it when, where, and how. So that is a good place in your heart. So continue to be that way. Don't let your heart change because it's constantly gathering, and there's nothing wrong with that. In your hands, I got Truth Be Told and Breathe, right? So these two cards represent something within us that not everything can be explained, right? We can't always understand breath, right? We can't always see it. We can if it's cold outside, we can see our breath. But if it's not cold outside, or if we're not coughing and we see our breath in a smoke or something that comes out with, you know, a productive cough, we don't see it, right? But we do it. So your hands are like your own breath. You don't always maybe understand why you find pleasure in doing something, regardless of what it is. Playing music, drawing, playing with clay, mud, food, whatever it is, typing, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's the literally air for your hands. So keep allowing your hands to do it, no matter what it is, for as long as they can do it. In your roots, I got go the distance paired with doubt in reverse. So all I can tell you is this card has showed up for me a couple of times today in reverse. There's no doubt in them roots, right? No doubt whatsoever. So there's no sense of it even being there, because all you know is your roots go the distance. And we all know how big roots can get. So continue to allow that to happen and spread them roots. Let them go. Go, go, go. Grow and glow. That's what your roots need to do. And that's exactly what they're doing. And that's the message I got for you, sweetheart. They're crowding me, y'all. They're crowding me. Woo. Woo wee. Whoa. Woo. Guys. La Lima. La Lima, la Lima, la Lima. La Lima, la Lima. La Lima, la Lima. Okay. Okay. All right. So, well, there's something that's resonating in your crown, right? This is something that you took time, right? You got the whale song paired with curse in reverse, right? So I feel like this is about understanding something that maybe has been going on for a very, very, very long time, and in that understanding, you have found a way to break it. It doesn't apply for your future, right? It's not allowed to go into the future anymore. You finally gave it a time and a place, and you allowed it to resonate and start working through it, right? It didn't start here, but where it ended was here, and that's a good thing, because you are understanding that what it is not anymore going to keep using you. You have found a way to use it, and that is truly, truly a good thing. So keep allowing your crown to allow it to remove it. There's nothing wrong with allowing things to sink in and resonate. There's just absolutely not, because that's how you truly know that something is or is not meant for you. But it started from another place, and it's finally worked its way up here, and it is ready to be released. So go ahead and let it go. Literally, let it go, no matter what it is, especially if it's not resonating with you. In your heart, you got authentic, mask, like your real, true you. You don't have to worry about being something different with different people because you're the same you everywhere you go because you take you with you everywhere. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of us that are like this, and we kind of hang out together. It's kind of a great thing, you know. But you got authentic mask paired with Jaguar, right? So in your heart, you keep your familiars very safe, and it's a big cat energy. So you're highly protected everywhere you go. That's why you know you can be your authentic self. You don't have to worry about being fake or phony, and you don't have to worry about being out there alone because you know that you carry your familiars and your team with you everywhere you go. All of that in your heart, everywhere you go, you authentically you, everywhere you go, it sounds like you're really living a very healthy, loving, hopeful place in your heart. And that is very healthy. So keep allowing that heart to be just that protected and just that authentic. In your hands, I got time for a nap and infinity, right? So is there something that maybe you did? Are you a master craftsman at something, whether you're skilled, licensed, certified, or whatever? Is it something you've done your entire life? It's what it feels like, right? It's time for that nap. It's not having to be anything but retired, right? Something that your hands do, it's tired. It's not a bad thing, right? It just means that you can pick up something different. You can do something else. So there's something that's definitely time to retire. It's time for a long, long, long winter's nap for it because there's something new that's on the horizon for your hands. So doesn't mean everything, but there's definitely one thing that's out the door. So make sure that you get it clearly figured out what it is. Put it to bed, let it rest. Who knows what the future brings? But for right now, there's something else in the route to you. In your roots, I got fortified and come to the edge, right? So I'm not saying you're an adrenaline junkie, but in your roots, there might be some adrenaline down in there, and that's a good thing. I used to be that way, right? I used to be an adrenaline junkie. I used to chase the high, chase the dreams, the fun, bungee jumping, parasailing, cliff diving, bridge diving. Ah, man, you name it. I've done a lot of shit, right? It was always like right at the edge, right before I fall, because I wasn't scared of heights. I kind of laughed at people that were scared. I don't anymore. I don't laugh at them anymore, but I used to, right? I wasn't scared of the edge. I wasn't scared to fall. I don't know what was wrong with me, right? But it helped me build a fortified edge that helps me help people learn not to be scared of that edge because I'm going to get out there and stand with them so they don't have to be alone. And having that kind of roots that you have, that you lean on, you depend on, and you require to stand you up, is a very good place. So keep those roots strong and definitely keep them fortified and keep coming to the edge because you're inspiring people to do it just like you in their own way, though, but just like you are. So do it some more. And that's the message I got for you. OMG. Mousy. Mousy, mousy. Mousy. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Boy, they made some beautiful pairings. Look, I don't know. Like, I don't think I could have shuffled and got anything better than what they pre-chose for y'all. These have just been amazing. I hope it's been going good for you guys because it feels really, really good for me. I might do this again. So, Mousy, what I got for you is there's something that you're deep diving, right? There's something that's healthy about that, right? When it shows up, no matter what the task is, you do it because of a joyful muse. There's something that is inspiring about it, right? I love to deep dive shit. I can get lost in I call it mindless, right? It's not mindless. That's just my little play on words. I like to use metaphors and similes and play on words, right? Mindless is fun when I'm deep diving something, right? I don't know where I'm going to end up at. I have no idea what I'm getting out of it, but I know I'm going all the way to the bottom of it. I'm going to deep dive it. So you're doing it, and it's allowing you to be inspired to do other things as well. So keep doing it, keep deep diving it. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you. You're doing it to your own rhythm. So keep going, you little muse, you. In your heart, you got Vision Quest and Tree of Life, right? So I can only imagine that there is something so incredible about your heart that you might even have a very special rhythm, right? Like everybody kind of has the same gagong, 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 right? But maybe you don't. Maybe yours is a little different. Maybe your gagong is a little quicker, a little slower, a little more deeper, a little raspier, a little higher. I don't know. However, it is, it's part of you. It's part of your creation because they paired it. You're always on a quest in your heart. You're always staying in your roots. You're staying within your lane, within your tree, right? You're within your rights. You're constantly allowing your heart to soar, to explore. And there's nothing wrong with that. So continue following and feeling the rhythm within you because it's what it's all about. In your hands, you got harmony and imagine, right? So when you imagine and paired with harmony and there's rhythm going on in your heart, I carry music symbols on my arm everywhere I go because I hear music all the time, even with sounds of nature, with the sounds of outdoors, with the sounds of the houses, with the sounds of the dead, with the sounds of the things in the other realms and the other parallels and the other places that I go to, right? There's something always going on. There's something always new to imagine. And when it's in your hands, there's something always being creatively thought up and it's fine tuned and it's completely harmonized with your entire life, not just your hands. You harmonize it through every bit of your existence. In your feet, in your roots, you got exchanging gifts and metamorphosing, right? So you're always constantly allowing your roots to spread out just a little bit, see what some different soil feels like. You're always exchanging your root knowledge with other people's root knowledge, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong ever. And anybody that ever told you that, you move their roots back and you moved yours in another direction. You've always kind of kept the sunny side going, right? So keep doing that. Keep allowing your roots to tingle out there into new dirt. Keep allowing yourself to grow because that isn't a very good place. Because without metamorphosis comes no change. And without change, there's no depth. And without depth, there's no layers. There's no life, and you got to live a little. So keep metamorphosing and keep changing. Your roots look good. That's your meta message, sweetheart. It looks really good. Woohoo! Ooh-wee. All right. Okay. Twisted. Hot twisted. I haven't done you right. I don't think so. I gotta clear my start out here in a minute because I'm gonna get confused, and I don't want to get confused. Ooh, okay. Ooh, all right, twisted. So in your mind, you got medicine wheel paired with Metox, right? So this is about repairing the mind, the body, and the soul, right? This is about that long mental mind bath, that bubble bath, whether it's physical, mental, imaginative, however it goes. That's where your mind is at. And it's all about a healing place, right? When you think of medicine wheel, you think of a healthy place, right? You got highs, lows, sideways, both sides. Sometimes it gets a little wobbly with a wheel, and you got to make sure that you buff it out and sand it out and make sure that your wheel is moving smoothly. And that's what life is constantly about, right? We are our own medicine wheel. And with you being in that kind of energy paired with the me talks, this is about knowing what is the best for you. We all know what our best bubble bath is. Come on now. Even if you're not a person that does a bubble bath, I highly recommend that you try it just once. Anyway, I could get lost in a bubble bath, right? Woo. Put me some Mr. Miracle and everything else I need in there, and it's over with. It's over with. I'll see you in a couple hours. That healing stuff doesn't work if we don't apply it. So keep applying it and keep allowing it to healthily be put through your endorphins and your serotonins and your dopamines and all of that our brain releases, because our body needs all of it. So keep allowing that detox to be healthy. In your heart, you got the mystical shaman and sky dancers, right? So the pair of these in your heart is all about understanding your spiritualness, and your heart is literally a reason. It's your reason. It's your being, and it's your blessing, right? Sky dancing is all about knowing what you surrender to that's only yours to surrender to. You don't have to worry about surrendering to anybody else. You have the ability to know that what you are doing is your calling, right? This is part of your spiritual journey. So this being your heart card, what's going on in there is knowing that you may not know enough. You may not know how to do the merengue or the macha. I don't even know what the dances are, the rumba or whatever, the salsa, whatever. But that doesn't mean you're not trying. It doesn't mean you're not getting out there seeing what works best for you. You don't know if you don't try, but you are. So that's a good thing. And you know that about yourself. And you are giving yourself that chance to surrender. To surrender and find out what dance and dances are meant for your heart. In your hands, there's something, though, that is not meant for you, right? There's something going on in your hands that your hands did not feel right doing, because it's not meant for you, right? It's not your call. There's something else in the way, though, because they paired it with activation. So this was your sign, your synchronicity, that it wasn't for you, because there's something that's truly going to activate you is en route, right? This is one hand not knowing what the other hand is doing, but that's a healthy thing when it comes to being the reason that the universe made it happen, right? You had no control over why it didn't work. All you know is it didn't work. You gave it your best effort and it still didn't work. You clapped for it. You gave it your best. You worked your hands to it and it didn't work. It wasn't meant to. So do not misunderstand it. There's something that is going to activate them hands en route to you, because they knew that wouldn't work. You didn't, but now you do. So don't look at it as a loss, because whatever it is that's on its way en route, it's so much better for you. So take this time as a timeout, because at least your hands aren't doing something that aren't meant to be doing. You already know what it is. So don't worry about it, because what is coming is great. So rest them hands for right now. In your roots, you got peace and earth. So you have a place that's still, you have a place that's calm. You understand that you alone can get yourself there, right? This piece of earth, no matter where it's at, we all want a little piece of earth that's just for us, right? There's enough of it. There is. Come on now. There's enough of it. We just need a little piece. We don't need no big piece. We ain't got to be greedy. We ain't got to be stingy. We can share. And that's what our roots know, right? So wherever it is that your roots call home in the earth, on the earth, let that continue to be your peace. There is nothing better than this kind of peace when it comes to your roots, because it is your earth. It is your grounding, best gift to yourself. So continue to allow this energy to be your roots from this Monday to every other Monday that you get to be blessed to to see. And that's the meta message I got for you this week. Woo! How we doing, guys? How we doing? All right, so let me go in here real quick. So, Mousy, I did yours. Twisted, I just did yours. Lalima, I did yours. Ellen, I did yours, I believe, right? I did Ellen's. So I have Rossi, Sonia, and Aaron left. And I'm going to just give myself just a second here to just breathe and look at comments. Woo! Oh, hey, Mr. D. Hi, beautiful. Hi, honey. Hey. How are ya? How you doing? When you sneak in? Woo! Woo, guys. All right, I'm hi, Jane. Hi. You're on your phone. So, hello to all. Absolutely. Hi, Care Bear. Hi, honey. Hi. Ah. Rose Blue. Hello. Woo. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but guys, I am so glad you guys are here. Wow. I am so happy you guys are here. You just keep on telling my business now. You stop it. You stop it right now. You stop it. Look, stop telling on me because I don't tell on myself. Shoot. Whoa, shoot. That's not fair. See how she be doing me, y'all? She just be putting my business out there. Just be doing me. All right. So, Rossi, baby, you are up. All right. So, for whatever reason, all I can tell you is these three are different than the other ones. They're still meta messages, but they changed the energy up on me, right? So, oh, wrong spot. I got stuff everywhere. I got stuff everywhere. So, you're gonna quit picking on me, y'all. Okay. I got you, Rossi. All right. Like I said, these are a little different, right? So they threw a couple of spiritual familiars in with you this week, Rossi, right? For whatever reason, they gave you eagle and coyote, right? Coyote. These two powerful spiritual familiars, and in real life, if you see them this week, they're there for your highest good. Whether they're chasing bad energy, negative energy, or they're scaring off another bird that means you no harm, or they're just soaring and flying with you because you're driving or walking, or they're protecting your six in the shadows. Just know that these two are traveling very specially with you. This week, they are the blessing that you didn't see coming. So call for them. They'll be there for you this week. In your crown, you got introspection and all that glitters, right? We all know this. All that glitters isn't gold, right? We know this better than most people, but we don't allow ourselves to be fooled so easily by pyrite, right? No matter how they doctor it up, we know better. We know pyrite when we see it. That's a fool's gold. We're not a damn fool. We have the ability to use the best tool we have, our brain, and we can educate ourselves. We can test theories and logics. We can grow our own arsenal of knowledge so that nobody can use knowledge against us as a weapon, right? So continue doing everything that you do. Continue knowing, growing. I don't know where it went to. Where is it? See, they led me right to it. Continue pointing out that everything that glitters is not gold. And you being able to spot it is like somebody being able to spot a fake diamond or a fake jewel. You just got that specialty in your mind's eye, your third eye, your regular eyes. You can just see it. You're not easily fooled. Congratulations for that. In your heart, you got one card, right? Water. This is an excellent card, right? This is an excellent emotion. Water holds memory, power, electricity. It also supplies food, nourishment. It can change. It can become a gas, a solid. It can go back to just literally being something we enjoy to drink, to use, to bathe, to cleanse, to cook, to swim, to heal. This in your heart lets everybody know even a little bit more about the inside of you and the way that you love. And that is beautiful. In your hands, you got to be fair and flow, right? So these are your hands working together because they understand that it's all about balance, right? It's all about knowing that I have to be fair with myself and everything that I hold valuable to me, no matter what it is or who it is. If they hold value to you, you have to be fair with them. It's just part of your flow. It's part of who you are, right? It's part of what makes you you. It makes even more sense when you see flow in your hands and water in your heart and knowing that you can't be fooled so easily. Mm-hmm. I don't see you buying any wooden nickels anytime soon. In your roots, you got tranquility and stand still. You know what it's like to have to let your roots acclimate. You know what it's like to have to let your roots breathe, be still. It takes a long time for some things to grow, but they have to learn to stand and weather, right? Or they won't be still. They'll be curved over. But because you're not curved over, your spirit, everything about your roots are strong, no matter how much they're twisted and strong down there. They stand for something and they stand firmly in that. So there is nothing wrong with tranquility and standstill being in your roots, because if we don't stand for something, we fall for everything. You have a lot to stand for in your roots, and you're very humble about it. And that's the message that I got for you, sweetheart. Boom, 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 boom. Sonia. Sonia, you are up, love bug. What am I doing? What? Wait, what? Hmm. Okay, so okay, again, I think I'm starting to see why these three were very, very different. So, first and foremost, I have a very specific direct message from Shakina. If you don't know who Shakina is, she is the female counterpart to Metatron. She rides and uses the silver rays and lights, right? So, you're going to be asking a lot of whys soon. Unfortunately, I can't give you any more information than that, but there's a lot of whys coming your way. It's coming with orphaned and rattle, right? I don't feel like this is like I'm an orphan, right? My parents and my grandparents are all on the other side, right? They're still with me. They're in afterlife. They're on the other side, but they're not with me physically here. So I don't feel like this is that kind of orphan because they paired it with rattle. Rattle is about disruption. Rattle is about knowing that this is a protection sound. When I shake my wrist, or when I grab my ring stick, or I grab my drum, or I ring my bells, or my sound bowl, or I just clap my hands, whatever I do to disrupt the energy, right? Maybe there's something in you that feels like you're going to miss something, and you're going to want to know why that you're feeling this way and why it's happening. But with it being paired with this, make sure that whatever it is that's causing this feeling to happen and the whys to come, you have something that can chase the extra energy away, so that whatever it is that you have the whys about, you are clear in your energy and you're not worried about any kind of interference, because you set your candles and you used your drums or your bells or whatever, and you cleansed the energy and you shook everything away with the sound, because it carried it away. Just because you can't physically hear the sound anymore, it doesn't mean that sound isn't still going all the way farther and farther, and it's carrying all that away from you farther and farther, so that you can focus on the whys that you've got ahead of you, sweetheart. So I wish I knew more about what they could possibly be, but I don't know. But there is something that is going to be needing to be addressed, because they want me to now jump to your heart. Something with time has taught you that this will be refilled, and you're not all the way empty, because it's in reverse, right? So you know that with time, it will be replenished. Because it's in reverse, maybe you're getting close, right? You're getting close to knowing that you need this time out. You need this time out for whatever's coming. So take this time right now to refill this well, because you're going to need it with the whys. There's something about tidying up that's in your crown that's going on, right? There's a feast of plenty that is going on. It's a nesting situation. It's a cleansing. It's a springing of coming up, of making sure that everything is in its place. So clarity, organization, and choices that have consequences, and you understand this, is in your mind. And you're going to be okay with it. When I asked about your hands, they're just going to be guided by spirit, right? There's not a lot of detail that they're giving me here, because you're going to be needing your spirit team, right? So just trust. If you feel your hands being squeezed, or a feather or something lightly brushing across them, or they get hot or cold, maybe even if old Arthur comes and makes them a little stiff, understanding that healing comes through our hands as well. So allow spirit to be the reason that your hands are being protected and guided, and kind of like protected in a way that you're not having to worry about holding full control, because you are allowing yourself to be guided. When I see the roots, I see defeated in reverse, right? So it's not like it's a permanent defeat, but it is a defeat that hurts, right? This is something that has to require you to not hold on to pity. That's why it's in reverse, right? If it was in upright, it would be you holding on to this defeat, holding on to self-pity, holding on to self-doubt, right? But because it's in reverse in your roots, this lets me know that you're not holding on to it and it's not soaking in. But it's just like when it rains in your roots. Eventually it can rain too much. And you know it's there. And you got to weather that storm and you got to hold your breath. But it won't defeat you. It won't uproot you. It won't drown you. It'll soak in. It's just going to be a minute. But you can do it because your roots are very, very strong. And you won't be defeated. So, honey, whatever it is that's ahead of you, just know that you have got a team and you've got all of us. And we're here for you. And there's no telling what it is. But whatever it is, you'll get through it. And we'll help you if you need it along the way. Aaron, you're up, love bug. You're up, Aaron. Okay. Again, they feel so different, right? Well, when I look at your crown, I mean, I feel like there's something that is just right going on, right? So you got right timing and look. You got the fortune's wheel going on, and they paired it with the wheel blah blah blah. Will-o'-the-wisp, right? Will-o'-the-wisp. This is treasures hidden within the shadows, right? So you have to get into them shadows if you want to get that kind of treasure, right? So knowing that you have to go into the shadows to get treasures is some of the best things because some of the best treasures are hidden in the shadows. But you got the fortune's wheel, so you've got the right time to do it. Whether it's today, tomorrow, next month, next year, whenever it is that you gave it a time and a place for, that time was the right one and that was accepted. And because of it, you're going to gain a treasure, right? So make sure that you keep allowing yourself to heal, grow, and expand. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, the unknown, the shadows, and the light. It's all valid. As long as it's yours and you're taking your own ownership, then you're deserving of every blessing that comes behind that ownership. That ownership isn't light. We carry our own cross, and it is a heavy some, right? But yours is just as heavy as mine. Mine is no different than yours. They're identical. What I carry on it may be a little different, but there's nothing wrong with that. Mine may be shaped like an ankh, and I tattooed it and carried it right on my arm. Yours may be shaped like however it's shaped. But we're all trying to get to the best place we know how. It's probably the same place too, right? In your heart, you got the spirit of the river, the farthest gate, and lower world, right? So this isn't the lower world that is a scary place. This isn't the underworld. This isn't purgatory. This isn't permanent, right? This is the lower world. This is a lot of water. This is deep diving. This is knowing that there is movement going on in your heart, right? There is a river going on. And if you look really closely, it's kind of a dark card because it's underwater. Spirit of the river. The deeper you go and you dive, you see the diver diving down there to get to maybe that's Atlantis down there. Your heart knows, and it's somewhere very healthy for you. It's somewhere that is a bold new beginning, and your heart is ready for it. So go dive, because that's some beautiful energy for your heart. There's something that your hands are nurturing, right? And they're cleaning something up along the way as they go. Your hands are very busy right now because they've got something to teach, because they're cleaning up someone else's forced thoughts, whether it's about you or somebody that you love desperately and you feel like their story should be told because it'll resonate or it makes sense to more than one person. That's the best part about stories, right? Telling them in third person sometimes gives power, and you can hyphenate where the different commas or colons or semicolons, exclamation points can turn it into a question. That's the best part, right? You get to do this in a way of cleaning it up that makes it the best version of itself too. Sometimes nowadays artists go back and they clean up and dust away the artwork and the masterpieces from back then. It's all about nurturing it, taking care of it, wanting it to be around for the next generation. So keep allowing your hands to nurture whatever it is that they are cleaning up, because it is worthy and it is deserving. In your roots, I got milk and honey and stuck in reverse, right? So there is something literally you ain't stuck about. And you already know that when you put milk and honey together and you soak some chicken together, like for 24 hours before you fry it, and your little seasonings and all the goodness that you're going to fry it in, honey, let them be stuck on not knowing what that milk and honey will do to that fried chicken. We know. Us Southern girls, we know because we's kitchen kids. Whatever it is that floats your boat, there's always a rainbow at the end. So continue with your milk and honey. Keep allowing yourself to grow, because you ain't stuck on nothing. You know exactly where you're going. You have the direction. You have the map. You already know what the outcome is because you've tasted it and your mouth is watering for it. So just go ahead and do it, because can't nobody do it better than you. And that's the meta message I got for you, sweetheart. Woo, everybody. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Guys, did you like that? I like that pre-made out, right? Y'all look at this. This is 4 decks. Look at this. Look at this. 13 messages that were pre-made out for you guys. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed that a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so very much for being here with me. You guys inspire me so much. I can't wait to see how next Monday improves. And it's all going to come from the comments that you leave when y'all do all the YouTubey things. I love y'all so much, and I will see you very soon. Wednesday. I'll see you Wednesday, guys. Same bat channel, same bat time. Bye, guys. Well, and it's Thomas's channel, Tarot Your Way. But y'all already know it's Wednesday. Oh, wait. They want me to tell you about tonight. I'm doing blind spots for anybody that wants a blind spot. I will be doing blind spots on Allie's channel from Heart and Soul Connected tonight at 8 Central Standard Time. So wherever you're at time zone area, it'll be 8 o'clock for me. So y'all know how we get down on them blind spots. So if you need one tonight, I'll go ahead and check for you and see what's going on. Other than that, I'll see you Wednesday on Thomas's channel. Bye, guys. Have a beautiful day.